That sounds really official. I'm just Chris, and I'm just like you guys. I'm weird, like Joe was saying. I actually came from insurance. I used to work door to door, direct sales, cancer, and heart insurance.
Oh, wow.
Started that when I was 32 years old. Built for that company, a great agency. We did all of $2 billion a year.
Jesus.
It took us 8 years to get there, and 90% of the people that I shared that opportunity with, they failed. They left worse than when they came. I worked for another IMO, or with another IMO for a couple of years, and again, I didn't buy any leads. I still did door to door and worked a lot of referrals, and that was fine. I made a higher commission, so that was nice. But when COVID struck, setting in, I just don't feel good about just stopping in on people. And I heard about FFL, and what caught my eye was the amount of success, the amount of people that were having success. I was issuing $10,000 a month max on my own without leads. And I knew people here that were issuing $40,000 a month. And I said, my goodness, if I'm just half as good as them, 20,000 is twice as good as what I'm doing now. So when I came here, it was for selfish reasons. I wanted to provide more for my family, and I didn't want to have anything to do with telling other people about, another insurance business. I didn't want to lead people. I didn't want to, continue to try to, in door to door, you had to talk people off the ledge every single day. You had to get them to go to one more house, one more presentation. It was like that constantly. And I said, you know what, I don't want any part of that. I'd like to sell more. But when I saw the training and the support and the leads here, I was overwhelmed, and I couldn't help but tell people about it. So appreciate being here. I'm going to talk to you very briefly about how to issue $30,000 or more a month. You've heard it. We started with Gage in the morning at $50,000. You heard Mr. Birch at issuing $200,000 last month. But in this business, if you can get to $30,000 or more a month, that's going to give you the finances to take care of your family and to build your agency. So I'm going to give you two different aspects. The first aspect is a logical side. How do you issue $30,000 a month? The activity that's necessary. The other side is going to be what do you have to put into that activity to make it effective. So the activity that you need is what you've heard and what you'll continue to hear in every training and podcast about it. 30 or more appointments set every single week. It's got to be non-negotiable up here. You've heard about mindset. So in your mind, it's got to be 30 or die every single week. When you do that, you're going to sit with 20 people every week. Even if you're brand new, you're going to have 7 of those presentations that turn into new clients. Okay? In 2 of those 7 presentations, you're also going to cover most likely a spouse or a parent or an adult child. That's going to give you 9 submitted applications every single week. That's going to give you about $8,000 to $9,000 in submitted business each week. After cancellations, you're going to issue $30,000 or more every single month. Okay, so that's the logical side. But what does it take to get to 30 appointments, right? What do you need to put into those, into the activity to make it effective? Well, you heard it from the very beginning. I go back to Gage. Leads are our lifeblood. So you've got to have the lead flow. Well, how many leads should I buy? What should my lead budget be? How many people in here, I saw there's a lot of new people, how many in here, raise your hand if you've never purchased leads since you've been here, or new? Okay, so a lot of people, so if you haven't bought leads before, if you've never invested in them, it can be uncomfortable. You might even think it sounds risky. But I've heard Sean Mike say that the only risk in buying leads is buying too few leads, not buying enough leads. And there's too many people that are doing too much by purchasing leads. So we have a general rule of thumb called the 20% rule as far as your lead budget. You want to sell $10,000 a week in business, then 20% goes into your lead cost. Your lead budget is $2,000, real simple. You want to submit $8,000 in business every single week, then your lead budget is 20% of that, $1,600. Hopefully we don't have that. We'll start where you you are, right? Do what you can, work those leads. You've heard it, door knock. If you're on our Facebook group, you see people all the time that are making sales from appointments, from leads that aren't answering the phone, and also leads that have the wrong number. Okay, so build up your lead costs. Maybe you don't have that right now, but there's no reason that you can't within 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So build your lead costs, then protect that lead budget. That is the most precious business expense that we have. I have knocked on tens of thousands of doors. I can tell you, and I've had agents that have knocked on thousands of doors, that's not the way to go. Super ineffective. So build your lead budget, protect that lead budget. The other thing I'll say about leads, if you're buying them from the CRM, they're absolutely wonderful. They're $3 to $11 each. You're going to have sometimes duplicates. You'll see the same client in there, sometimes 2 or 3 times with the same lead. You'll have leads that have wrong numbers. You'll have leads that don't answer. You'll have leads that say they never filled out anything. So what? You know, in this business, you either complain or you make it rain. That's it. So you got to focus. I was kind of, half and half on whether I should say that or not.
Say it anyways.
So focus instead of helping people. You know, on the business side, or your cash flow side, every person that you protect, that's $800 or more on average in cash flow. Right? So it's just a numbers game. So that's the leads. Next thing is routine. You've heard it over and over again. You know, to be successful, you've got to develop those habits. I'm going to give you another perspective on why it's important to build your routine. And I've heard it a couple of times today. When you set 30 appointments and you run those every week, you most likely will make more money than you've ever made before in your life. I have. Thanks be to God. Thanks be to Family First Life. If you don't have a routine in place, it is natural, it is human nature to just back up, to slow down, to ease up. Your money will go down in your account, then you'll try to get started again. Momentum is harder to build once you've lost it. But if you have that routine in place, if that routine is non-negotiable for you, then you'll have that constant cash flow to build a real business. Otherwise, you're going to go month to month, and it's more like running a lemonade stand. Okay? Now, with a routine, it does take time and effort, and sometimes it takes the whole family. So if you've got a significant other, you've got a spouse, sit down and have conversations with them about why it's important, why you're doing it, what you hope to gain from it, what it's going to mean for your family. And then follow through, because otherwise, in my opinion, that's probably disrespecting him if you tell them you're going to do one thing, then you don't follow through. So that's routine. It's very important to build your business. The next thing is simplified issue. Specifically, America First. When I sold Final Expense, I was more concerned with price over value. Well, that's just a losing battle. When you try to sell price first, it's just, you're going to have a lower persistency, in my opinion, and it's just tough. Okay, when I did that for the first 4 months here, I issued $14,000 to $15,000 a month. And I spent lots of time calling the carriers, following up. Okay, you need the social security card. Okay, you need the driver's license. And then they would end up getting declined, and I have to go back. The moment, and I heard it the whole time that I've been here, America First, America First, America First. Finally, I literally remember the day, October 17th, I said, you know what, no matter what, I am leading with America First. But wouldn't you know, just that month, my issue date numbers doubled. So that means that even though I didn't offer the lowest price, I covered twice as many people, I provided twice as much cash flow for my family, and if you submitted business with America, you get paid on it almost instantaneously, no more than 24 to 48 hours. So, simplified issue is a way to build a business and to get to $30,000 in issue pay. Last thing is help others. How do you help others? Stay engaged in your Slack group, also on Facebook. When you make a big lead purchase, when you have a great dial day, when you face challenges and overcome them, when you make sales, take a selfie, give a sales tip or two, to help give hope and encouragement to others that are studying for their exam, that are just getting started. The more people you help, the more it's going to help yourself. And as you look to build an agency, then you're going to have to put yourself out there to do that. So you want to issue $30,000 in business, put in the activity, also have your lead budget protected, do the get your routine in order, also help others and focus on simplified issue. Thank you so very much.